This is a really sad day for schools and all that, and kids, especially as librarians, adults are going to be putting more material into classrooms to try to groom them into these evil lifestyles and groom them into these creepy situations, which we'll talk about in just a moment. A federal judge struck down an Arkansas law that prevents pornographic books like Genderqueer from getting into school libraries. That's their agenda the entire time. I actually confronted the publisher at San Diego Comic-Con 2023 about this, and I asked him why he wants to put explicit material in front of children, and he refused to comment. He wouldn't elaborate on this, all because of who I am, and it was really interesting. You see just how insidious these people are right away. Please hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about exactly what happened here, my friends. And there's some crazy stuff with censorship going on too, and that's why I'm on Fandom Pulse. So I write my articles for Fandom Pulse these days. I used to write for Bounding Into Comics, but they became censorious. They actually became promoting of the LGBTQ agenda, and because of that, I've moved over here to Substack. We're running this. Please sign up. It's in the description below, guys. We have 3,000 followers now on the Substack, which is great. Really appreciate you guys for being there. And we do the news every single day in pop culture, whether it's books, comics, video games. And I write with John Trent, who founded Bounding Into Comics and also left because of the censorship. Now, as I said, Bounding Into Comics has gotten weird over the past couple years. I actually covered this for them at Comic-Con 2023. And I wrote an article about genderqueer publisher refusing to answer questions on why they would want to push this graphic material on children at San Diego Comic-Con. They've deleted my article on this. And as I've gone through, they've deleted all articles that have talked about this genderqueer graphic novel and how evil it is and insidious it is, as they have gone into corporate censorship. Now, the reason John Trent left this company is they said they were going to push this agenda on people. They now are respecting pronouns and promoting transgenderism on there. The new guy, actually, who's the editor-in-chief, Spencer Beck-Cooley, has a pride flag as Facebook profile picture where he actually promotes gay marriage in it. And so this is where they're at. Bounding Into Comics has changed quite a bit, and they are actually censoring old articles so that people can't discover them at this point. Now, I was trying to research this so I could grab all my research on just how bad genderqueer was to begin with. I had to do it again this morning, which is fine. That's what I do as a journalist, guys. And so if they're going to censor us, we're going to go over to places like Substack here on Fandom Pulse and tell the truth, because we're not afraid of anybody in corporate. We're not afraid of any of these media outlets, and that's why we're growing. Our Substack now gets more views per month than Heidi McDonald at her Comics Ace. That is we're crushing her. We get more than AIPT Comics. So the mainstream comic sites are not doing what we are views-wise at this point, all because of people like you, so thank you very much. At the forefront of the culture war, in recent years, there's been an attempt to push back against the grooming school librarians putting pornographic material in front of children. Now, an Arkansas law which would have stopped graphic material like LGBTQ grooming book Genderqueer from getting into kids' libraries has been struck down by a federal judge. Red states concerned about the rights of parents and families have pushed back against the rapidly expanding agenda of grooming children into evil LGBTQ lifestyles in recent years. Famously, Florida's Department of Education released a list of 700 books they listed as inappropriate for being in front of children because of their inappropriate material. Another law existed with Arkansas's Act 372, which banned books like Genderqueer by Maya Kobabe, I don't know, and other inappropriate material from getting into children's schools, libraries, and other booksellers. While advocates for genderqueer love to cry censorship, they fail to acknowledge the graphic nature of their work. The book depicts two nude men making out, and on this page is crazy. For years, my standard method of masturbation was stuffing a sock into the front of my pants and manipulating the bulge. This would evolve into hip thrusting while thinking of my latest gay ship. I had to censor this here. Memorably, I got off once by driving just by rubbing the front of my jeans and imagining getting a blowjob. So this is what they want kids to read in libraries at schools, and this is what they're trying to push. It is an evil, evil agenda, very obviously. There's more here as they then depict some crazy stuff through this whole deal, which we don't need to really labor over. So the author herself even said, I originally wrote it for my parents and then for older teens who were already asking these questions about themselves. I don't recommend this book for kids. So while she's okay with grooming older kids, teens who are also kids, she doesn't like the younger kids being groomed. At least she's that far with it, guys. But that's not enough for the publisher. That's not enough for these people fighting these lawsuits. They keep going out there. The Comic Book Legal Defense Fund is a group out there that's actually put a ton of money into trying to fight for this book getting into school libraries. Just evil, evil organizations doing this. So Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders signed this law prohibiting it, and Judge Timothy Brooks, who needs to be recalled, struck it down recently. And so what he said on it was, if the General Assembly's purpose in passing Section 1 was to protect younger minors from accessing inappropriate sexual content in libraries and bookstores, the law will only achieve that end at the expense of everyone's First Amendment rights. So you see it, he calls it free speech to put that in front of children at school libraries. Absolutely crazy. The law deputizes librarians and booksellers of agents of censorship. While when motivated by fear of jail time, it is likely they will shelve only books fit for young children and segregate or discard the rest. For those reasons, Section 1 is constitutionally overboard, is what he claims. Now, he claimed it was overboard and that it was going too far. And if you look at it, I actually read the whole thing. It says so material shall not be withdrawn solely for the viewpoints expressed within the material. So this is very careful about it, and it also says that it shouldn't be taken out of context in small passages for that kind of material also. And so there are provisions within the law which explicitly say like what it is and what it's not. Now, of course, there's going to be arguments over like where those lines should be and the like, but it's very, very careful like to protect free speech in this and actually make it not about ideological viewpoints, but make it about pornographic material in front of children. And so this is where it gets kind of weird, and this is what they're trying to push the entire time. This is a disgusting book on every single level, and this is at the forefront of the fight because this is what they want into children's classrooms as much as they say that it's something else. And it's very interesting that a media outlet that used to fight against this kind of thing in culture now is deleting actual journalism that shows just how manipulative and evil these people can be on the same front. When you get this kind of thing, we know that there's a concerted effort in culture from the media, from the government, to, of course, push this lifestyle. For what reasons, we can only speculate. I think it's a depopulation agenda, personally, but it's definitely going to impact kids in a negative way, and that's why we have to call this out and let people know exactly what's happening with judges like Timothy Brooks, because nobody else is going to report on this. And so, guys, spread the word of this out there. This is creepy. Timothy Brooks needs to be recalled. If there's a way to do that, write your legislature, write into Arkansas there. If you're from Arkansas, make sure to talk to your legislators and actually take action on this, because this is a big deal. This is creepy pushing of creepy lifestyles onto minors, and it needs to stop. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to sign up for my Fandom Pulse Substack, guys. This is where all the news is told that will not be told on any other comics outlet. And thank you for making us a bigger success than a lot of the mainstream outlets out there already. We've only been doing this a little bit, and we appreciate you for being there.